high school was brand new at Alamosa, and the sports seasons got started, of course, with football. Team wasn't particularly bad, wasn't particularly good. In the meantime, having had those questions in the interview about could you hire coaches that are also good teachers, I'd met the basketball coach early on and looked at the young man and wasn't too impressed with what kind of a basketball player he might have been, and wondered if he was one of the coaches they were concerned about. Basketball season came along. Found out real quick we had a basketball coach in Dwayne Lewis. Funny thing though happened early on in the basketball season. Board member Owsley came in and said, "I want you to talk to the basketball coach and tell him that he does not need to play that Sheely boy just because Mr. Sheely is the athletic director." Well, I said, "Mr. Owsley, I used to be a coach, and I'll tell you, coaches play the boys that they think will win for them, and I just don't believe that he's playing him." "Yes, he is." "Well, okay, I'll go up and watch practice a little, and if I see that it seems to be that way, I'll certainly talk to the coach." Well, I go up and watch practice, and I don't have to watch very long. They're in a scrimmage situation. That Sheely boy was the best high school basketball player I'd ever seen to that time. Holy mackerel. He could drain it from what's now the three-point zone, and if you went out to cover him, he'd drive around you and go in and lay it up with either hand from either side of the basket. An excellent, excellent basketball player. So, of course, I went back and reported to Mr. Owsley that, no, I don't think he's being played because of anything but his talent. He's a very good basketball player. "No, you guys all stick together." Well, we had a good season. We made it to the state playoffs. Undoubtedly, we were seeded number 16 out of the 16 teams and facing the number 1 seed, Wheat Ridge. Big, big school in the Jefferson County school system. When the game was over, little number 16 Alamosa had almost upset number 1 Wheat Ridge, and number 1 Wheat Ridge went on, I believe, to win the state tournament that year. And guess what that little untalented Sheely boy did in that game? Oh, a mere 33 points, 14 field goals, 7 free throws. I said 33, I'd get my eyes adjusted a little better. He made 35 of our 85 points. We had a great team, a great coach, and it just shows again how much we parents have trouble evaluating what's going on when we think our boy should be playing. And that's the bane of a coach's existence. At the junior high, high school level, there's politics as well as talent entering into the feeling about who should and who should not play. Now, all these years later, I realize I shouldn't have been quite so honest in my opinions and in telling Mr. Owsley that he was wrong in how he evaluated the basketball situation. I think from that time on, I had a critic on the school board. A critic that stayed a critic even when he wasn't on the school board anymore. It seemed like every year when they were re-evaluating the superintendent, me, and deciding to extend my contract, set a salary for the coming year. It probably wasn't every year, but it seemed to me like it was almost every year. Mr. Owsley would put a letter into the editor saying that I was one of the highest paid superintendents in the state of Colorado. I wasn't. I think the top salary for a year that I ever got there was $27,000, and when I got to the point to retire in Colorado, that top salary that I got at Alamosa held down my retirement considerably, because as the years went by and I was at tiny Springfield, Colorado, the salaries there, God bless them, helped me have a decent retirement.